So today's topic is security measures in e-commerce. As you all know that e-commerce is any type of buying, selling of goods and business which is done online with the help of internet. So because of that, there should be some security measure which is going to help e-commerce to be a successful commerce system. So let us study about it. So the first security measure in the case of e-commerce is encryption. So you know that daily n number of users they visit to internet, they search for their desired information. So because of that, tons of data uh, is being kept on the internet. Okay, so it is very necessary for the Google or the search engine to protect the information of the user. So because of that, the encryption is one of the method which can be a security measure. How does the encryption process exactly works? So encryption process is that encodes a message or a file so that it can be only readable to certain people. Okay, so it is widely used in the internet to protect the user's information. In the process of encryption, it has the password as well as payment information and other personal information that should be considered as private. So this has two types. One is encryption and decryption, and they have two keys. One is private key and second is public key. So based on this, the encryption process basically works. Now here we can see in this diagram there is a plain text, then there is a cipher text, and again there is a plain text. So there are two processes. The first process is encryption. The work of encryption is what? To convert the plain text into the cipher text. What is the plain text? The plain text is the readable form of data which anyone can understand. But now this is the confidential information and you are going to send it to someone else. So you are going to code it. You know that whenever we put any type of password anywhere in the mobile, in your Gmail account, the password is always coded into some special character. So this is the same thing that you're going to code it. So coded form of data is the data which is in non-readable form, which no one can understand. And the second process is decryption. So what is decryption? Decryption is what? Again, the coded information should be converted into plain text so that the receiver can understand. When the sender is sending something and he is coding something, the receiver's end should also understand what is that exactly and how to decode it again. So decryption is the process of decoding the information back to the plain text. Next is digital signature. So even digital signature in today's world is considered as one of the security measure on internet. So, digital signature is also known as electronic signature. So, it is very similar as if we are signing electronically on any type of document. So, a digital signature guarantees the authenticity of an electronic document or message in digital communication and uses encryption technique to provide the proof of original and unmodified documentation. So, a simple example if we consider that you have purchased something online. So, whenever you're going to purchase something online, you get a delivery at your place. So that person he just removes his smartphone and he says you to sign digitally on his smartphone. Okay, so you're not taking any pen, you're not taking any pencil, and you're not doing any sign physically. But whatever you're going to move your finger on the screen, that is going to be saved digitally on his system. So that is also an example of digital signature. So the work of digital signature is what? To validate the authenticity. What he is doing, he is just validating that whether you are the same person. Okay, whether he has delivered the product at the right address. So that is the work. It is validating the authenticity and integrity of a message, of a software or a digital document. So you can use digital signature in a message, you can use it in a software, you can use it in a document, anywhere. So digital signature offers far more inherent security and is intended to solve the problem of tampering and impersonation in digital communication. So this is how digital signature exactly looks. In this figure you can see and how digital signature exactly works. So in the case of digital signature also you have two passwords. One is private password and second is public password. So both the passwords are used. Private password is a key, a secret key which is going to convert your information into coded form, and public password is again going to convert the coded into a readable format. So it works like an encryption process. Now the next form is of security measure is digital certificate. So digital certificate is used to encrypt the online data information communication between an end user, browser, and a website. After verifying that a company owns a website, certificate authority will sign the certificate so that it has trusted by the internet browser. So in the digital certificate, there is an password. Okay, it is also called as electronic password, which allows a person in an organization to exchange the data securely over the internet using a public key. So there is an involvement of public key which is used to certify the identity of that certificate. Certificate. So these are the needs of digital certificate. The number of people and the businesses online is continuing to increase as access becomes faster and cheaper. Such people will spend even more time connected to the internet for personal communication and business transaction. So there are so many people who are doing their business online. So it is very easy and convenient thing for them to use digital signature as it is very less time consuming, it is very faster availability is there, it is at cheaper cost. So there is no need of you to move from one place to another just for hand overing the certificate. Next is the internet is open communication network that was not originally designed with the security in mind. So because of that, what happened? So many criminals they started exploiting or they started doing the frauds. Because of that also digital signature or digital certificate is very much needed to maintain the authenticity, to give an identity to the certificate that yes, this particular certificate is an original certificate. So because there are so many benefits of digital certificate like facilitating online banking services, thwart online threats, accelerate e-commerce revenues, offer communication security. So all these are different benefits which are provided by digital certificate. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe the channel.